Well, good morning. Here it is Tuesday again. We are on episode 7 of 7 on the 7 pillars of prosperity. This is our last session on this particular topic, and this one is about goals. Goals. Well, let's see. What can we say about goals? Well, the first thing we need to say about it is your goals need to be formed out of the context of the 6 preceding propositions. They can't just be pulled out of the air because they give structure to everything we've talked about up till now. They are the skeleton that holds the muscle and sinew on the body. They must be well thought out, and they must be contextual. If they're not, then you're probably building a house of cards that's going to crumble at the first sign of adversity. We all know that a sturdy house is built on a firm foundation, but a shaky house has nothing underneath it. Without well thought out goals, you're aiming at nothing, and you're likely to hit it. Successful goals are not merely quantitative, like how much, how many, when. It's not about mere accumulation. Anybody can accumulate. It's not about merely talking about precise timing. In the first place, timing is not necessarily ever precise because we don't control the world. And it's not about mere repetition. Repetition is helpful, but it's about more than that. Successful goals include the qualitative prospects of your prosperity development. What's the meaning of what I'm doing? You got to ask yourself that question. What meaning do my goals have? What's my motivation for these goals? What am I driving toward? But most importantly, who does it serve and how does it serve them to have these particular goals? You need to include both the intrapersonal and the interpersonal elements. Self-development, extrapersonal elements like relational developments. So you can't make your goals all about you, is what I'm trying to say here. It's got to be inclusive of value to your audience. What are you going to do to build them up? How are you going to share the love? How are you going to be paying things forward? Your goals should not reflect just what you're going to get out of this. It should reflect what they are going to get out of this. If your goals don't include a strong giving component, well, you may achieve some fabulous wealth, a large net worth, but you'll still be poor. You must plan to give. It must be in your goal setting. Look at the most successful entrepreneurs that you can think of. Whatever you think about Bill Gates, he gives a lot. Whatever you think about Warren Buffett, he gives a lot. These are men who have amassed great wealth and they're sharing it. As a matter of fact, all entrepreneurs, I can't think of any that don't have giving as part of their core values. They're all strong givers. It's their strength. Because prosperity is more about giving than it is about getting. What does it profit a man to gain the entire world and lose his own soul? Don't be the shriveled up pre-Christmas ghost Scrooge. Remember him, Ebenezer Scrooge? Miserly old dude who just hoarded everything to himself. Then he had that experience in A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, where he met the ghost of Christmas past, the ghost of Christmas present, and the ghost of Christmas future. And it wasn't until he went through there and he opened up and became a giving person that he was truly liberated. Now, I know that's fiction, but it's also truth. Just because it's a novel and not a documentary doesn't mean that the principles aren't true. Please, as you're forming your goals, make sure that giving is an integral part of it. Because, well, you just should leave more behind than you take out of life. Because you won't be a whole person without doing that. Well, that's it, gang. This is the final installment of 7, and it's also the last Tuesday of the year. I didn't plan it that way, but it just turned out that way, and so it's fitting that on this last Tuesday we should meet. We should get the last element of the 7 pillars of prosperity. I really appreciate you guys spending the time and hanging out with me. I hope this brings value to you. If it does, drop a thank you or a yes in the comments. And just because this is the end of this particular series doesn't mean it's the end of you seeing me. I'll be back. Friday and Tuesdays are in every week. And my plan is to be here at a minimum on those 2 days. So thanks again. Have a good week. Have a good new year. And hopefully 2021 will be better than 2020 was for all of us. Thank you. Bye-bye.